Hey, what was that game again with the little racket that you play on the table?
I think it's called ping pong.
Ping pong? I swear it was called table tennis. Let's look deep into that, shall we?
Table tennis, also known as ping pong or riff-raff, it is a sport in which two or four players hit a lightweight ball, also known as ping pong ball, back and forth across a table using a small solid racket. The game takes place on a hard table divided by a net. The Ping Pong Association was formed but was renamed the Table Tennis Association in 1922. The 1950s saw the game turned upside down by the invention of sponge or sandwich rubber, this new material for bats, which up until now had a relatively simple affair with a universal thin covering of pimpled rubber.
Table tennis was invented in England in the 19th century as an after-dinner pastime for elites who used the tops of cigar boxes for puddles and books for nets. Table tennis officially became an Olympic sport at the 1988 Seoul Olympics with singles and doubles competition for both men and women.
So, in order to play it, what equipment do we need?
Here I'm going to discuss to you about the equipment in table tennis. Table tennis is played indoors and just includes four equipments to participate on. These are the balls, the paddles or the racket, the net, and a table tennis to play on. First is the paddle. Paddle is used to strike the ball into your opponent's half of the table. It is usually made from a laminated wood covered with rubber on one side or both sides depending on the player's grip. Second is the ball. You can play the game without the ball. You may see a table tennis ball, either white or orange. It goes back and forth across the table using a paddle or the racket. The next is net. The net is suspended by a cord attached to each end to an upright post. It is made up of stretchy nylon material and measures 6 inches from the top of the net down to the table. Lastly is a table to play on. The table in table tennis is the most largest and most expensive equipment that you may need in the game. The table has a rectangular shape and has a net in the middle which splits up the table into two halves. Each half has a vertical marker line in the middle that splits the half into two boxes.
Whoa, there were some things I didn't understand there. Do you have a list of terminologies that I should look up?
Backhand drive. Backhand drive is an attacking shot and it's played with a little bit of topspin, but mainly it's a flat hit and can be very powerful. The next one is backhand push. Backhand push is a defensive stroke where you put backspin on the ball. And the last one is basic legal serve. Basic legal serve is where you are free to serve anywhere, diagonally or straight from any location.
Grip. Penhole grip is an Asia-style grip of holding the racket, where the head of the racket is facing down and held the way person holds, just like holding a pen or a pencil. Often, pinhole players don't use a rubber sheet on the backhand side, and they only play with the forehand side of the paddle. Through the modern style, many players are now using the backside. Penhole blades are shorter handle than the shakehand blades. Shakehand grip. This is similar to a tennis grip with the index finger extended over the racket, head perpendicular to the handle. This grip allows nearly even power distribution over forehand and backhand shots, but has a wider crossover point in between. Forehand drive. It is an offensive stroke that is used to force errors to set up attacking position. A successful shot should land close to your enemy opponent's baseline or sideline. Forehand push. A difficult defensive shot that requires the player to strike downwards on the back and underneath of the ball to create a backspin.
Alright, looks like I'm ready to get started. Are there any basic skills or fundamentals that I should be practicing?
Backhand drive. The primary objective of this stroke is to play aggressively and prevent your opponent from playing an attacking role. So it would be better to shot close to the opponent's sideline or baseline. Backhand push. The backhand push is a controlled shot used primarily as a service receive technique. It is occasionally used in a rally. So the push must be low and floaty for it to be effective. Basic legal serve. The player is free to serve from any location, diagonally or straight. The ball cannot fall off the side of the table when the player serves. It must bounce twice before falling off the end of the table, not on the side of the table. And the goal of this rule is to keep players from imparting spin on the ball.
Forehand drive. A forehand drive in table tennis is an offensive stroke that is used to force error and to set up attacking positions. Forehand push. A forehand push is a difficult defensive shot that requires the player to strike downward on the back and underneath the ball to create backspin. The penhold grip. Penhold is the Asian-style grip of holding the racket where the head of the racket is facing down, and it is held the way a person holds a pen or a pencil. There are two types of penhold handles, the Chinese penhold handle and the Japanese penhold handle. Shake hand grip. The shake hand grip is the typical European type of grip where the head of the racket faces up, and your hand looks like it's ready to shake a person's hand. Shake hand blades have longer handles than the penhold blades.